What's going on, YouTube? A couple quick announcements, then we're going to open a package. A lot of you know that I'm close with Silver and Cigars, formerly known as, who is now S&C Collecting. There's a story behind that. YouTube, in all of its infinite wisdom, being big tech, decided not to push his videos because of the tobacco references and use, which is ridiculous. We're all adults, we're all big kids, we can make our own decisions. So he was forced, in his mind, I mean, they didn't tell him, but due to the success of his channel, he changed his name to S&C Collecting. So I'm going to post a link if we could go down and support him. And when I mention the channels that I mention, please keep in mind it's very important to not only support them with a subscription, but to also support them with watching them, okay? Look at that, a little duplicate order. You all know me, I like stuff so much, I tend to buy it more than once. If you were to look at a lot of my videos, you would see that, or you would think that I probably only have 100 ounces of silver because a lot of it's the same. Well, when I see something I like, I buy it. So that's what we have here, another 6 ounces in the stack, savings. So it's beneficial, you know, both to the creator, if we actually watch them, along with subscribing to them, and also to the viewer, because we're not going to get anything out of somebody's content if we don't watch it. So I'm going to send you over to S&C and ask you to support him, check him out, give him some watches, give him some thumbs ups if you would. Another channel I want to mention that I'd like to bring to your attention. I believe in wealth preservation. I believe in wealth preparedness, preparing for financial hard times. Be it a dollar collapse, a de-dollarization, be it inflation, or just be it a rainy day. It's always something we should be doing. And preparedness and preparation is not limited to just finances. Okay, it's food, it's medical supplies, it's ammunition, it's security tools, it's training, it's physical conditioning, it's mental preparedness, things of that nature. I emailed a gentleman that I discovered. He's got a little over 100,000 subs now. I discovered him about a month and a half ago, just bam, right there in the algorithm. I do not watch a lot of prepping channels. I used to. I don't dislike them. Some of them are just, I don't know. I just don't watch a lot of them. I watch some, but one I watch religiously is a gentleman, it's actually a husband and wife team, a gentleman by the name of Travis, called The Prepared Homestead. Phenomenal guy. He has a lot of similar ideology to me, or that we share. Things like, yeah, I know what they're doing is unconstitutional, but they don't recognize the Constitution anymore, so what does that mean? That kind of thing. I align very well with his ideology. Things of that nature. So I've been watching all of his videos. Not too long ago I sent him an email and I had no expectations. I just sent him an email, said, hey man, I really like what you're doing. I dig your work, brother. I found your channel. Keep it up. You're doing a phenomenal job. He didn't respond, but what he did do was even better. He mentioned me in a video. So for all of you who have found me through him, thank you so much. I think about 150 or 155 of you have found me from Travis's channel, and that's phenomenal. I never expected him to do that, so thank you so much for that, man. I do have something coming for you. Keep an eye out for your mail. But if y'all could go check out The Prepared Homestead, he's just a real logical, down-to-earth, matter-of-fact, kind of guy. And the live streams he does with his wife are always a lot of fun. I try to catch those when I can. I'm usually at work, but I try to pop in and out. And again, I hope I can benefit some of the folks that he's sent over here, and maybe introduce another form of preparation to them that they're not aware of. And I hope that some of us can benefit from his channel. Again, we only benefit if we check each other out and we actually watch each other's content. Why is my flag upside down? What's up with that? My bad. Things of that nature. That being said, I want to talk a little bit about the 22 ounces of silver in front of you. This has all been acquired recently. I got that at Harry's on Monday. Today is Saturday, barely, September 16th. This arrived, I don't know, the other day, and this arrived today. Or this arrived today, this arrived the other, same thing. For the new people to this channel, gold and silver have been money for 5,000 to 6,000 years. The truest form of money. This is a worldwide market. This is worth the same in India, in China, same for gold, Japan, Singapore, that it is here. This is a great way to hedge against inflation. It's a great way to save, okay? You're not going to take this and go out and blow it on something stupid, because you got to go to the coin shop, you got to sell it, you got to sell it private party. But when you hold it, listen to that, that's money. When you hold it, when you look at it, when you see it, it's something of value. It's a wonderful way to grow your wealth on a regular basis, just through savings. You know, you're not going to save yourself for the most part into riches or into extreme wealth, but it's a great way to put something aside for that rainy day, for that inflammatory excuse me, situation with the United States dollar, especially with BRICS and the petrodollar. If you don't know what that is, that's the BRICS nations. They're growing. It used to be Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Now there's many more. Saudi Arabia. Just the list goes on. A lot of countries are, you know, wanting to start their own currency and trade within that, which is going to most likely be backed by gold. And they're not going to use the dollar as much. You know, the petrodollar. Saudi Arabia has, you know, wants to join BRICS. They no longer just sell oil in the United States dollar, which means if we lose the petrodollar and the world reserve status, we could be looking at a hugely inflammatory situation, a huge hyperinflation of the dollar, like Zimbabwe or Venezuela. Not saying it's going to happen. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a crystal ball, but it's important to prepare. As you know, stock up on food because it's only going to get more expensive. Stock up on water, medical supplies, money outside of the dollar. It's also important, in my opinion, to find a way to take the dollar that you have in your pocket and have it make you more dollars, right? Have it make you just richer, more wealthy, excuse me, because that's the name of the game. And for me, I like to do that and turn it into gold and silver. And I make money, you know, I make profits in various different markets, savings, bonds, stocks. You know, whether you like it or not is irrelevant. My end game is as much of this and as much gold and as much land. Well, not as much land, but to get some land. My end game is physical assets, but I need to make my cash, make me more cash to get more physical assets. That's the name of the game for me. You know, as people who prep financially, and we do, and a lot of us prep in other means and other avenues, we have an inherent distrust for the system, I would say. At the very least, I think most of us question it, don't feel 100% comfortable in it, some of us more than others. My theory with this is not in the system, okay? This is not sitting in a bank account or an IRA or a brokerage account to where, for whatever reason, if the government wanted to, they could just take it. They can't take what they don't know I have. And if for some reason they come through my door and try, we're going to have a situation. So this is just a really good way for those of you who are new to the channel. And by the way, thank you so much for coming by. I really hope I can benefit you throughout, you know, the coming weeks and months and years. This is a great way to take some of that freedom and preserve it. You know, this is money. Make no mistake. This is money. I can turn this into cash at any time. And the theory is that, you know, as the dollar declines in value, this should offset and over time go up, and I can get more of those dollars that are worth less than they are now. So that's why I do what I do. I don't know how many of you from Travis's channel are into that. Probably more than I would think, because like I said, preparation, you know, there are certain groups of people that I think should come together. The prepper people, the silver and gold community, the 2A community. And the 2A community seems a little bit different. They seem to say things like, oh, you can't eat gold and silver. Well, guess what? I mean, you can't eat bullets either, but what do you want in a situation? You want bullets to procure food. You want money, you want metal to get money to procure food. They all serve a similar purpose in certain situations. I find a lot of people in that community have that mentality, which is just ridiculous. You can't eat a lot of things you want. And a lot of things that you can't eat that you want can get you food. So I think a lot of these communities ought to be closer knit. So hopefully we can make that happen over time. Anyway, I'm not a financial advisor. If you could take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the video, drop a comment, tell me what you thought. I hope my new subscribers are getting something out of this. I really hope I can help answer some of your questions. Always feel free to email me in the About Me tab. I do work 7 days a week. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I love interacting with people. I never find it tedious. Unless I'm tired, leave me alone. I think it's wonderful. It gives me a sense of purpose. Which at the end of the day, you know, that's all. That's what we need to do. We need to be purposeful and beneficial to each other and help each other and come together as a community. So that being said, make sure that you take a step forward every day or every week to get more wealth into your hand. You know, more preps under your belt, more wealth into your hands. Get yourself into a better situation today than before. Keep stacking.